Good morning, the wonderful people of YouTube. Hope you're doing well. I thought I would just pick up the camera and sort of show you what a beautiful morning is like here in wonderful Essex. I wanted to talk about something that I thought was pretty helpful and something that I think could help some people as they go through sort of different phases of life, but specific to sort of bodybuilding and sort of physique development, is creating good habits that you can sort of stick to year round. So something that I think made this prep, at least the start of this prep, moving from an off season to a more intense cutting phase, is having set good habits in the off season. So I used to go on a walk 4 days a week, but as soon as I get up, so on the days I wouldn't do cardio, just to make sure that I was getting out and doing something similar to cardio, as it just meant that I was sort of getting into a really good routine of stuff. And it wasn't nice, like the weather's pretty crappy, it's very dark, it's freezing cold, like that's not enjoyable. Whereas now, for this the sunshine is beautiful, so I thought I would just suggest that you put things in place that make life sort of easier for you, and something that I used to do when I was sort of going from one phase to the next was just make drastic changes to everything as opposed to just the important stuff. So main thing that's going to change is food when you go from sort of like a gaining phase to trying to lose weight, but also expenditure and the amount of steps you're doing, the amount of cardio you're doing. But it doesn't mean that all of a sudden everything should change. Like, I was definitely a culprit of going straight from, okay, I'm going to hit 10,000 steps during my cutting, to then no steps, no cardio, no nothing. So don't think about everything as it has to be so extreme that you have to go from doing something all the time to nothing. At least that's what I think. Main thing is get outside, get some vitamin D in you, get moving. It's a great way to start your day off. I really enjoy sort of having this 20 minutes to just be outside in nature when I don't have a camera in my face. But yeah, so my plan for today is do like a little day in the life style thing. I don't have my mic on, so I'm not sure if this is going to pick up, but just do a little day in the lifestyle thing. So I always start my day off with some form of either cardio or steps. It's just a good way to set me up for the day. So this walk's normally about 3k steps, and that's a good chunk done before sort of doing anything. I mean, good chunk out on like 12.5k. It's not, like I say, it's a 20-minute walk. It's nothing drastic. But yeah, and then sort of just take you through the rest of my day. It could be fun. So yeah, I'll catch you for meal one in a minute. Okay people, got meal one now, which is no added sugar baked beans, which I think are massively underrated, 2 fried eggs, 110 grams of egg whites, and then 62 grams of sourdough toast. I normally have 60 grams, but I couldn't get it just right, so I was like, screw it, 2 grams extra of sourdough toast. But this is a little bit different to the last time that I did a full day of eating, because I know that my fat's probably going to come down first in terms of my next calorie changes. So I just wanted to enjoy the yolks for a little bit. So that's why I'm doing the fried egg and an egg white omelette instead of just having it all scrambled together. But I'm sure that I'll go back to scrambled as soon as it comes down to one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will also have this with what's left of my 1.5 litre water, which I started this morning, so I'll finish that and get on to my second one, and drink that between this meal and the next. But then I'll also have a pomegranate green tea. It's a personal favourite of mine. A bit weird, I know, but it tastes good to me, so yeah. I did used to drink normal green tea and then tried something out and I liked it, so yeah, that's that. I will also have an Actimel, which is like a digestion drink, and a fizz, which is like a multivit electrolyte combo. But I'll have that with some creatine in my second bottle of water, just to carry me over. But yeah, nothing extreme here. It's pretty. Well, I'd say it's like pretty English breakfast. Just having beans on the plate makes it English, but yeah. So I'm gonna crack on with this. Okay, yes, people. So that was my first work block, as it were. But I've got a final assessment due next Monday, so I'm just finishing up with the final research part of it before finishing my first draft, hopefully later today. For those of you interested, this module is cross-cultural negotiation, so really exciting there. Yeah. But yeah, I've just got a final paper due next week, so that's sort of the main priority outside of the gym. But I've already clocked off 3 litres of water, and I'm at 3,500 steps. So a good start to I try and get around about 8 litres, 7 to 8 litres, and then 12,500 steps. So that's decent. Meal number 2, pre-workout meal. There you go. Just typical beef and rice, 5% beef, pickles, teriyaki sauce to get a bit of a pump, avocado because I love it, and my fats are still relatively high, so I get to enjoy things like that. But probably going to watch some bodybuilding YouTube to get me in the mood for the gym in about an hour. So while I'm eating, I'll watch something, do a little bit more work, and then head off with pre-workout and my apple in hand, probably. So yeah, not sure what I'll do now in terms of recording wise, but I'll probably see you in the gym. But yeah, maybe I'll take you through my pre-workout. Yeah. But I'm gonna smash this now, and I'll see you soon. Hey, that's pretty neat. Okay. Okie dokie. So for today's pre-workout, we're going something a little bit more stimulating. So this Rise Pink, what is it? Pink Splash. It tastes good. It's nicer than the other one, the other Rise one I have, which is like a blue raspberry that's got loads of sour bits in it, which is my fault because it's called sour something or other. But I've gone for this because it's a little bit more caffeine, and to be honest, I like having a bit more caffeine in this session. It's still early in the day, so it's not as if it's going to disrupt anything else in terms of sleep or anything. So having it now works. It's been about 40 minutes since. Well, no, it's probably closer to an hour now since I ate my meal. A little bit behind schedule now, but hey, it is life. And then I've tried this new flavour of EAAs, which is really bloody good actually. It's the nicest one of the applied nutrition stuff that I've bought. I go for that stuff just because it's sort of the most accessible. I just get it off Amazon, and it seems fairly priced. But this one is the nicest of the flavours. This was the last flavour I had to try. I really didn't want to try it, but Fruit Burst is actually really nice, very strawberry. So yeah, I will see you at the gym for some lovely pulling legs. So yeah, excited about RDLs. This last week they weren't great, so it's something to go in and really like attack this week. But yeah, I'll see you in there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, man, actually really enjoyed that. It's nice and surprise. I thought that was going to be really great. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. Come on now. Oh. Yeah, again. Oh. 9-ish. It's not quite 9. I logged that ish. Oh, but that's definitely progress. So it still feels so heavy in the short. I think it gets lower in this, so it drops off more, but which I did a bit, but it didn't feel like it made much of a difference. Yes! You want this, eh? Roll! Right. Big price. Oh yeah. That's good. Come on then. Oh yeah. Come on. Let's go. Hi. Thank you. Okay, back from the gym, enjoying some vitamin D. Pre-workout's changed a little bit since the last time you saw it, so I thought I would share. One day, by pure happenstance, I forgot to blend enough rice, so I ended up having 75 grams, and then I replaced it with some microwave blueberries, which were actually amazing. So this is the new cream of rice sort of recipe, and you can see he's loving it. He's very envious. But yeah, that's sort of the only real change food-wise that I've properly made, I suppose, other than like slight adjustments in amounts of food. That being said, it's not really any different. There's probably a little bit less cream of rice or less calories and carbs than I had previous, as in because my food's dropped, but same. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to crack on with this, and then we'll probably end up going for a walk and enjoy more of this lovely weather. So yeah. Okay people, this is a little bit sus, I can't lie, but something that I always do post either one of my leg days, because obviously I train legs twice a week, well, legs and pull, and then a straight leg session. So I do Radox bars, right? It's a flipping hack. If you want to like reduce your general soreness, like it's very good. It won't completely like stop DOMS, but it definitely helps. So that's a little hack for you. I also make it super hot. Try and like just increase blood flow, like get all the lactic acid out, try and speed up recovery a little bit. But I found that it really helps, and I notice it if I don't do it, then my legs will be sore. So that's a little hack for you right there. But obviously we didn't go for a walk because it's actually boiling hot and the dog won't like it. So instead we'll go around like 5. But it's good, to give me a little bit of opportunity to get a bit more work done between now and then. But I'll literally be in here for 10 minutes, just trying to get a good soak out, and then crack back on with writing this essay, and then we'll be on to meal number 4 before you know it. So yeah, I'll probably pick up again for meal number 4 because nobody wants to see me just sit down and do work again. So yeah, but I'll crack on with that, and then there's a couple of other bits and bobs that I've got to do, but yeah, that's that really. So I'll see you in a bit. People, we are back for meal number 4 with my best mate who's desperate for some chicken. But yeah, so we have chicken, rice, avocado, kimchi, and spring onions. One of the sort of like secrets, I think, to dieting is sort of variation in textures, colours, like tastes. So adding things like spring onions, kimchi, pickles, they all add like a lot of flavour for low calories and generally make food feel fresher, which I think is really underrated. Especially because you end up just meal prepping everything. Like the rice was pre-cooked, chicken's pre-cooked. All I've had to do is cut up the avocado, add kimchi. I put a little bit of soy sauce in before I put it in the microwave to give it a little bit more, I don't know, like giving it a bit of moisture, which helps sort of not dry it out. I also put a little bit of water at the bottom of the rice to sort of steam the rice as it cooks, which really helps as well. But yeah, I also eat this meal with chopsticks because it's one of my lower volume foods or lower volume meals. I like to sort of make it last, and one of the ways of doing that is like using utensils that make you eat slower. It's also more of a challenge, you know. I've got to earn my food by eating it with chopsticks. Although I've got so used to using chopsticks, so it's not that much of a challenge now. So yeah, but pretty much just enjoying the beautiful British weather, which is very rare to say. So I've just been working outside pretty much the whole time, which has been nice. Yeah, that's about it really. I'm gonna chow this down because I'm flipping hungry actually, and then yeah, I'll probably see you for meal number 5. We've been pushed the walk back further because it's still pretty warm, so I think the plan is to go after meal 5, which is quite good. Generally, like going for a walk before bed, like helps with digestion, helps sort of get better sleep, get away from the phone a bit, you know, sort of decompress from the day. So yeah, I will probably see you then. Nearly finished his first draft, which is nice. It's supposed to be 2,500 words, and if you can guess how many words I've got right now, you're a bloody genius. It is definitely like it's over, but if you can guess, then hey, that'll be pretty cool. I'll leave that mysterious. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on with this now. Stop blathering and get on with eating, and then get a little bit more work done, and hopefully finish the day off pretty well. But yeah, anything to say, Scale? No, nothing. Okay, people. Okay, people. Final meal of the day after a late walk. Like it's now 7:52. I normally would eat this meal like an hour, between an hour and 2 hours ago, which is a bit annoying. I also ran out of chicken, so I had to improvise, which is why I've got an egg white omelette with 1 egg, 2 turkey bacons, some potatoes, and I have that with my little hummus, and then some fruit. I must say this all the time, I always finish the day with some fruit, just because I've got a massive sweet tooth. It helps me sort of like not get too, I don't know, sweet toothy. Like I don't get cravings for sweet things if I have a good amount of fruit throughout the day, so that's a little hack there. But all in all, pretty successful day. Currently at 12,125 steps, so I'll get another 400 just walking around the house, which is decent. But yeah, it's it is what it is. I'm going to do some mobility work because I've noticed like a lot of tightness in specifically my mid-back, but also my lower body, so I try and get some mobility stuff in. I'll probably close this out with that. I'll just do like a little time lapse of what I do. But yeah, that's pretty much my day in the life. It's just when I'm not at the gym or not eating, I'm trying to get as much sort of schoolwork, and then I was working on my business, but with prep being quite intense, well, not that intense, but like with prep being such a focus and me prioritizing bodybuilding so much, that's sort of taken a back seat, and I'm just sort of making money where I can, as opposed to really focusing on building a business. Yeah, well, I think that's a good closing out. Scout, what are you saying, man? Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of what I go through day to day. I'll show you the mobility stuff, and I'll try and get to bed at a reasonable time. But like I said, I'm eating quite late, so I'll probably end up pushing that back, which means I push back my wake up a bit, and everything sort of just goes back by, say, half an hour. It's not a disaster, but something I'd rather not do. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is you fancy doing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.